All right, my people. We have a very important discussion. Are you ready? Okay, now, doctors, pharmacists, nurses, and other healthcare providers usually advise that any woman that is about to get pregnant or that is already pregnant should be on folic acid supplements on a daily basis for some important reasons. Now, I ask you, do you even know the reasons why this advice is coming forward? Even if you don't know, don't worry, because that is the reason I have initiated this conversation. In this conversation, I'm going to be telling you why it is very, very important for a pregnant woman or a woman that is about to conceive to actually be on folic acid supplements on a daily basis as one of the pregnancy routine medication. Funny enough, I see a lot of the Gen Z ladies, they will be like, hey, me, I don't like folic acid, or me, I don't like those medications that I'll be taking on a daily basis. Every day, I'm taking medication on a daily basis. And it's not even as if this medication is testing good, or it's not even as if this medication has a good odor. These medications are smelling very bad and they taste very bad. And you expect me to be taking it on a daily basis just because I'm pregnant? All I know is that I'll be eating good food, I'll be going to exercises, I'll pay attention to things I eat to make sure that this pregnancy doesn't remove, blah, 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 blah. I believe in God that I'm going to give birth to a bouncing baby boy or girl, even without this supplement. My brothers and sisters, or rather my sister, now come, let me tell you something you don't know. Come, let me tell you, open your ears very wide now. There is this medical disorder, or rather a disorder, that is called spina bifida. What is this spina bifida all about? Spina bifida is actually a defect, a birth defect that occur when the spine and the spinal cord fails to form properly during the early stage of pregnancy. Now, when we talk about the spine, we simply mean the vertebral column or the backbone. That is the bone that is located at the back side, that is located at the center of the back. This bone here, that is what? The backbone. Now, the spinal cord, on the other hand, is part of the central nervous system that has been extended into the backbone. Now, the work of the central nervous system is to coordinate activities, your bodily activities, right? Okay, now, what happens in spina bifida is that during the early stage of pregnancy development, when the baby is developing, during those early periods, the spine and the spinal cord actually fails to form properly. And because of that, the spinal cord and part of the nerves now protrude or bulge out from the open part of the backbone. Now it now presents as an ugly looking bump at the back of the patient. You see a baby that is given to birth, you see a baby that is put to birth, and then when you look at the back side, you begin to see a bump, something like a bump at the back side. That is spina bifida. Now, apart from the physical appearance, it is also associated with paralysis and other disabilities, and that is why it is very, very dangerous, because this medical condition or this disorder has no cure. It has no cure actually. Rather, surgery can only be used to improve experience of this baby. So this is why we are talking about taking folic acid on a daily basis if you are pregnant or you are planning to get pregnant, because research has actually proven that deficiency in folic acid during the early stage of pregnancy development is strongly linked or can be linked to this spina bifida. In other words, taking folic acid supplements on a daily basis while pregnant or while planning to get pregnant can actually play a major role in preventing this disorder, this birth defect, from happening to your baby. So these my Gen Z ladies and Gen Z girls, these are our new generational girls that don't want to be taking their folic acid supplement, and I ask you, do you now see the importance of folic acid if you are pregnant? Do you now see why doctors, pharmacists, and other healthcare providers keep shouting at you to actually be on your pregnancy routine medication if you are pregnant or when you are about to get pregnant? Now, it is very, very important, but I know some of you do not actually care. Now, what I'm trying to say is this: even if you are taking your pregnancy routine medication, because I know that there are preparations that contains most of the pregnancy routine medication you need in one tablet. Even if you are taking it, that is perfect. What I'm trying to say is, make sure that any pregnancy routine medication you have been placed on has folic acid in it. If it does not have, actually, maybe you have been placed on calcium, vitamin C, and there is no folic acid, my sister, please start taking your folic acid, or rather you see your medical healthcare provider to advise you on how to start taking your folic acid supplement, because it is very, very important. Why? It is going to protect you or protect your baby from developing this defect called spina bifida. All right, thank you very much for your audience, and see you in my next presentation.